Okay, finally a middleweight Group A match. We got Colin on the right and Doug on the left. Now, I don't know Doug very well, but I've definitely trained with Colin for the last handful of years. And I know he's quite talented, and I'm sure Doug is as well. So let's see how this one goes. Both guys are looking to grip up. Colin's taking collar ties. Remember, every no-gi match starts out as a wrestling match. So whoever has better wrestling will likely have the advantage. Colin tries to drop low to look for an ankle pick. Now he's controlling the head. Potential front headlock opportunity here, or maybe a guillotine threat might be coming. Colin should look to sprawl back and get Doug to turtle. And he hit a nice trip there. Watch again, nice outside trip. Colin's going to step to his right, and then he hooks his leg behind Doug's leg and drives him forward for the takedown. And that puts him up on the scoreboard 2-0. And what worked really well with that takedown is it put Colin right into side control. So he wouldn't get any extra points for that because you don't get points for side control. You get points for passing the guard. So this would just still be 2-0 in this situation. But Colin is still in a really good position. And it's still early on in the match. There's lots of time. So he can really try to slow things down, really try to make Doug work from this situation, try to get him tired, and then I would look for a submission opportunity. And Doug, in this situation, he's got to try to get away from being flat onto his back. If he can try to build frames up with those forearms, push against Colin, if he could try to get his elbow and his knee connected in front of Colin's shoulder, that would give him something to work with. But being stuck flat on your back isn't going to be able to do much. And now, see, he's starting to get up. He was able to turn away. Now we're back to standing again. Both guys working grips, good head position. Doug could take a little bit of a lower wrestling stance. He's a little bit upright here. Maybe he's got some sneaky little judo moves I'm not aware of, but usually, no, he shoots in low there, but he's got to watch his head because Colin's on a guillotine. Remember, Doug won't get points until he puts Colin down and escapes the guillotine, and Colin actually used that very nicely to recover position. So watch again. This is something that I do a lot. You use jiu-jitsu to fight against wrestling. As Doug shoots in, Colin takes the guillotine. Doug tries to finish the takedown, but Colin just used it to try to kind of reverse Doug a little bit. See how he's still on the guillotine. He's not focused on submitting. He's trying to move his hips away. Why is he trying to move his hips away? Because he's trying to get back up on top. He doesn't want to get stuck on the bottom in this scenario because that would give Doug 2 points once Doug escapes the guillotine, and Colin wants to try to stay on offense. So he used the guillotine, heisted back up, and now he's in a front headlock situation. And now he tried to attack the turtle, but Doug timed that nicely to sit back to guard. And now he's in a half guard, but Colin looks like he's quite tight on top, and he has an underhook with his left arm. And remember, Colin is still up on points, 2-0. So time is on Colin's side here. He can really slow things down. It looks like Doug is working with that lockdown. Remember, the lockdown's great because it stops forward pressure and your partner driving into you, but it doesn't really do much to stop them moving away from you. So now Colin's got to try to find a way to get out of this half guard, and Doug has to try to find a way to get Colin off of him to create some space and then try to sweep. If he could sweep, he would tie the score. If he could get on Colin's back from here, he would go up 4-2. Now he replaces the close guard. Let's see if Doug can make something happen from here. Maybe thinking about sitting up for either a Kimura or hip bump sweep, but Colin looks like he's wise to that. He pushes him back down. Colin should be looking to posture up. He doesn't want his head too low. You want to be sitting back. He's got to be careful of Doug climbing that guard up. Doug inverts through and goes back to standing again. He shoots right away. That was nicely timed. Now he's able to put Colin's body against the cage, the wall, and he ends up turning that into a guard pull opportunity, so that'd be no points for either guy, and Colin's immediately going into a leg drag. Now he's got maybe potential to go double unders here or into a stack pass. Colin's got his right knee on the inside of Doug's knee, and he used that to step over right into side control. Very nice guard pass by Colin, and that puts him up 5-0. So now Doug's really got to feel the pressure. There can't be too much time left, maybe a minute or two. Now he's able to create space and get out again. Colin's going to try to work on those pins to try to keep him pinned down and stop from moving. Both guys lock up again. And Doug's been pretty successful at shooting in on doubles. Let's see if he tries it again, but Colin is able to get Doug's head lower than his and lock him up. Now, Colin should just sprawl back and force him to front headlock here. He doesn't want his feet static. You see, now that let Doug hit a switch, and now he's about to go on Colin's back now. This is a sticky situation for Colin because even though he's up on points, if he gets submitted, it's over. So Doug should be looking to try to secure the back with both hooks and attack the choke at the same time. But see how Colin's kind of sliding down? Doug's got to be careful of that. He should look to take a Kimura grip on that arm. That would give him a lot more control. He's got to be careful of Colin turning on him, and Colin's able to escape. So watch, even though Colin is in a good position, he didn't act on it quick enough and sprawl back and force a front headlock. So that lets Doug kind of poke his head out towards his right, and you're going to see him hit a switch. So he's going to create a lot of momentum here. Even though he's stuck down below Colin, see he switches out, forces Colin to react and try to turn back in, but Doug's already behind him. And now he had a chance to try to secure that back control, but he wasn't able to find the seatbelt and the hooks that would have scored him the points. So the match went on and we ended up in this closed guard situation. Let's see who's going to take control from here and get on the offensive. Because it was definitely quite a bit of energy by Colin to defend that attack, the almost back take. Now Doug's looking for the hip bump, but Colin pushes him back down. He stands up. Doug unlocks the guard. Colin steps right over into side control. Now he's got a good pin, but he could use that underhook. Right now Doug has the underhook with his left arm. Colin has to look to underhook with his right arm, or just keep Doug's arm pinched right to his body. But even in this situation, it's going to be too easy for Doug to bridge and go out the back door, which is what he did the last few times. So, and I think Colin kind of senses it now. He seems like he's really focused on creating more pressure with that pin than the last couple times he was in side control. Now he's looking to pin a wrist down. This is not good. You don't want your arms extended away from your body. That's when you're going to see submissions happen. And just like that, quick Americana. So quick I missed it the first time. Watch, Colin pins the wrist. He goes under with his right hand, connects to his own wrist, and got some nasty torque on that one. So very nicely done. Nice match. Colin had a nice debut, not without its sticky moments, but he takes this one on points.